Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Is 2024 going to be Nina Reeves' breakthrough year? Friday, January 26, 2024's General Hospital recap shows Nina choosing family before fame and retaliation, and acting with maturity. This episode also featured Chase and Dante traveling to Toronto to look for Esme. Back in Port Charles, Anna declined Laura's offer of a lifetime. And then she and Jordan came to an astonishing revelation. Trina offered to get Spencer a ticket home, but Sunny asked Ava to take off. At last, Finn's trial was starting, and Sam might just be able to save him. Let's examine the specifics in more detail now. Nina went to Charlie's to drink wine, drink herself into misery, and cry to Valentin. But he wasn't going to put up with any of that. Though she may be down, Nana is still alive. He proposed that they get together, launch a new magazine, and defeat Crimson. Although it seemed reasonable at first, Nina had second thoughts. She didn't want to take any actions that would make it harder for her to win Willow's forgiveness again. The return would not outweigh the risk. At the pub were Sunny and Ava as well. They needed a drink after Brick gave them the breakdown of his findings. The WSB was the link between Curtis's shooting, Austin's death, and Ava's stalker. More protection was quickly ordered by Sunny, indeed, even with Nina. Unfortunately, Sunny's anxiety did not much decrease after leaving for the bar. When Ava saw Nina, she was kind, but Sunny wasn't. He didn't want to be around her, even if he was eager to protect her. Sitting at the pub with Ava, he brooded on seeing Nina be friends with her ex. He convinced himself that he could hide out on his little island with Ava. Anna declined a job offer as well. Laura attempted to persuade Anna to return to her former position as police commissioner at the Port Charles Police Department, but she refused. After shooting Charlotte, she didn't think she deserved it and wasn't prepared for it. She was unchangeable, not even by Jordan. Laura received excellent news about Kevin despite the awful news she had received. Cortia anticipated that he would wake up shortly and fully recover. They received more positive news when they spoke with Trina and Spencer. In Paris, they were secure. In relation to Trina and Spencer, they were eager to begin their new lives abroad. They made the phone call home, booked into the hotel, and showed each other their turtle doves, which they treasured. How charming. However, Trina advised him to take a flight home to be with his family after learning about the turmoil in Port Charles. Brick caught up with Jordan again at the hospital, informing her that the call originated from a burner cell close to Pentonville. After she gave Anna the details, they discovered the caller was none other than Brennan. Chase was also at the hospital. He was just there long enough to receive permission to fly to Toronto with Dante and to bring Laura up on the search for Esme, which they carried out. They hurried to the nanny's apartment, where they encountered the neighborhood police and began pounding on the door. Finn was perspiring profusely at the courthouse when he, Gregory, and Liz met Martin, Michael E. Knight, and Sam. Sam had some intriguing information on Muldoon's visit to a doctor's office, but she was unable to verify that he saw an oncologist in particular. After that, Sam left to continue following leads, while the others went into the courtroom to start the trial. Diane called Mrs. Muldoon to the stand after Martin and Diane both made their opening remarks. Diane inquired as to whether Muldoon was exhibiting any symptoms. He left hospice after becoming well. Even with the most basic tests, the hospice staff informed her the cancer would have been discovered. She acknowledged under cross-examination that she wasn't present when Muldoon met with Finn and was instructed to come back for additional testing. Next to take the stand was Finn. Diane asked him. She discussed finding a treatment for Blackwood's illness with him. How on earth is he able to accomplish that and miss cancer? She also mentioned that he has been suspended in the past. Martin tried his hardest to repair the damage, but it didn't seem very well. Luckily, Sam appeared during the intermission with some fairly tantalizing information regarding Muldoon. The family's finances had collapsed. They made significant investments in Aurora, and they also lost money when the price fell. Muldoon appears to have set Finn up so he could establish his family following his passing. For Trina Robinson and Spencer in Paris, it's L'Amour. January 29, 2024, General Hospital spoilers highlight romance, mystery, tenacity, and resolve. All characteristics you desire. Particularly on a Monday episode. Don't waste a moment then. Spencer and Trina's previous trip to New York was fantastic but short. They shared a room, enjoyed romantic dinners, and appreciated art. However, that was just a weekend. They are now in Paris, where they will have months to spend together taking in the sights, museums, and local culture. They've only been in Paris for a short while when they're having a romantic supper together. Trina and Spencer can concentrate on one another here. It goes without saying that they are free to forget about anything or anyone back home. But could this enchanted dinner be the prelude of something bigger? What would happen if part of the drama from Port Charles followed them to the home of Notre Dame Cathedral, the Champs-Élysées, and the Louvre Museum? Esmond Prince, Avery Kristen Pohl, is being sought after by detectives Falconeri and Chase back at PC, while Spencer and Trina indulge in all things Parisian. This hunt could be hazardous because her superpower is causing suffering and chaos. There was a clue, not so discreetly left by her, about Toronto. However, Esme is a very cunning, intelligent, and evil woman. That hint can be a false positive. Hopefully, Chase and Dante are aware of Esme's deceptive and crafty distractions. The fugitive will only be apprehended in this manner. Since new, Alexis has some news for Laura in the interim. Could Ismail, who was employed by the invader leader, have a clue that would help Laura and the Port Charles Police Department track her down before she destroys the entire planet in an attempt to get revenge and save her son? Since that would be fantastic. Who knows? Perhaps Esme does make use of the invader's black credit card once more. It is now time for Curtis, Donald Turner, to begin physical therapy following his successful operation. He was depressed the last time he had physical therapy, but he was also determined to walk. Will his perspective on life be better at the beginning of this new round? Or will his loved ones have to console him once more? Curtis, after all, has an amazing cheer squad that would take care of things for him. Finn finally has a concept for his case. He should play his hand and see if he can get Liz to agree to the proposal. Alternatively, he might present his notion to Martin, Michael E. Knight, his lawyer, in hopes that nothing he does would negatively impact his case and result in significant harm. In case you missed it, Soap Hub's morning segments provide analysis or wild guesswork regarding the current stories on General Hospital, including their direction, success, and occasionally just what we want to see in Port Charles soon. See what your favorite Port Charles characters have in store for you according to the GH spoilers for January 29, February 2, 2024. Characters forming alliances, confiding in one another, maybe breaking up with lovers, and much more are hinted at in these General Hospital spoilers. This is going to be an unforgettable week. What has become of Laura's life in Port Charles? Nicholas, her son, arrived and went. Her grandson Spencer and his girlfriend are currently in Paris. Her husband, meantime, had been hit in the head and ended up in the hospital. And the one who attacked her husband was the one she shielded because she gave birth to her grandchild and suffered from amnesia. It goes without saying that Laura will need to rely all of her strength to get through this drama. Luckily, Alexis has some updates for her. Was the information obtained via utilizing the invader's resources? Or is Esme still able to use the credit card that she seized from an invader to buy a ticket out of Dodge? Another blessing is Laura's ability to connect with Sunny, a fellow Port Charles resident whose life isn't going well at the moment. The aftermath of the SEC affair is still causing instability. Michael hasn't really felt the effects of keeping the whistleblower's name a secret thus far. He'd known Nina did it for months, but he'd never told his mother or Drew. With everyone being aware that Nina was the real culprit, Michael's actions are seen by Drew and his new outlook as a betrayal. Ultimately, the man possessed sufficient energy to conceal the truth from Nina and use it as a form of blackmail, but not to inform those who were most in need of knowing. Michael and Drew's relationship has been negatively impacted to the point where the Aurora couple is thinking about ending their business partnership. Will they really give in to this craving? Watch for Jordan and Anna to collaborate. They are working together to question Mr. Brennan, one of Anna's most infamous foes. What knowledge does he possess that Jordan and Anna are seeking? The best friends scheduled a second meeting at the end of the week, so perhaps the former WSB director's information was effective after all. Speaking of closest friends, Lois and Olivia are not getting along because of Lois telling Sunny about Nina's wrongdoing, feeling that she owed it to Sunny as his friend. But to keep the peace, Olivia begged her to bury it. So, how will this exchange transpire precisely? Will there be quiet, or even higher than their Bensonhurst breathing? Felicia and Carly are going to team up on yet another mission. I suppose their journey to Amsterdam to complete what Bobby began cemented their bond. Now that they've gotten along, Jocelyn's study partner Adam is their next endeavor. They will make an effort to assist him because they are aware of the challenges he faces from his father. I wish you luck on it. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.